Well, how was I to know that, Chief? I mean, you yourself just said it was top secret.
Thomas, before you go, I wonder if you give me a little advice.
Sure, what?
He was one of the most memorable faces in Hollywood during the golden age of film and television. Known for his gruff charm and unforgettable performances in classics like Marty and the Dirty Dozen, Ernest Borgnine was a true professional who valued hard work, loyalty, and respect on set. But even legends like him weren't immune to Hollywood drama. While working on one of his most iconic projects, he encountered a shocking betrayal that would forever alter his relationship with cast members and a co-star. Why did Borgnine decide to never speak to them again? Ernest Borgnine, born Ermes Ephron Borgnino on January 24, 1917, in Hamden, Connecticut, was the son of Italian immigrants and grew up in a working-class family. Before his acting career, Borgnine served in the United States Navy for a decade, an experience that deeply shaped his discipline and no-nonsense attitude, qualities that would later define his behavior on movie sets. Borgnine's big break came in 1955 with Marty, a character-driven drama about a lonely butcher seeking connection. His performance as the titular character earned him an Academy Award for Best Actor, and forever set him apart as more than just a rugged character actor. His acceptance speech during the Oscars reflected his humility and gratitude, thanking fellow actors and the film's director Delbert Mann, saying, "I owe this to Marty. He gave me what I needed to get here today." What followed was a career that saw Borgnine take on an impressive array of roles, from military-bound performances in films like From Here to Eternity to comedic turns in shows like McHale's Navy. While he enjoyed immense respect for his versatility, his straightforward manner occasionally created friction with colleagues, especially in the high-stress environment of collaborative filmmaking. However, Borgnine himself didn't shy away from admitting his strong personality. In a 1973 interview with the New York Times, he remarked, "I tell it like it is, and some people don't like that. But I never apologize for being honest." This directness gained him admirers, but also set the stage for some memorable conflicts throughout his career. A reminder that even Hollywood legends weren't immune to tension in their craft. The alleged conflict took place during the production of The Dirty Dozen in 1967, one of the most iconic ensemble war films ever made. The film, directed by Robert Aldrich, brought together a star-studded cast, including Lee Marvin, Charles Bronson, Telly Savalas, and John Cassavetes. While the movie was a smashing success that became a classic, the set was rumored to be fraught with tension, stemming from the sheer number of big personalities involved. The production demanded long working hours, tough physical scenes, and significant emotional engagement from the actors. Adding to the difficulty was a certain hierarchy among the cast, with some actors feeling undervalued or overshadowed by others. Ernest Borgnine played Major General Worden, a minor but important character responsible for setting up the mission. His time on set might have been shorter than others, but his presence was still impactful, and his straightforward manner sometimes clashed with the unpredictable energy of his co-stars. Reports suggest that The Dirty Dozen was a pressure cooker, not just due to its demanding action sequences, but also because of creative differences between the cast and the director. Borgnine himself alluded to the fact that working with such a large and ego-driven group could be difficult. In a 1981 interview with the BBC, he commented on ensemble casts, saying, "You throw a bunch of guys together, and sooner or later, something's going to rub wrong. That's just nature." Lee Marvin, known for his intensity on and off the set, particularly dominated the floor, and while Borgnine remained professional, he wasn't afraid to assert himself when he felt it was necessary. While no direct quotes from Borgnine confirm specific arguments during this film, his reputation for telling it like it is likely played a role in him standing his ground when faced with any conflict. The environment of The Dirty Dozen exemplified the unique challenges of ensemble films, balancing the egos and expectations of several established stars, while executing a physically and emotionally grueling production. This setting laid the foundation for tensions that might eventually escalate into something more significant. The specific incident that led to the lasting rift between Ernest Borgnine and his co-star remains shrouded in speculation. But credible reports suggest it occurred during the production of a high-pressure scene involving some of the ensemble cast of The Dirty Dozen. It is said that tensions flared during a particular moment when Borgnine believed one of his co-stars, some suspect Lee Marvin or John Cassavetes, intentionally undermined him in front of the director and crew. While Borgnine was known for being professional and easygoing in most situations, he reportedly had little tolerance for behavior he considered disrespectful, especially if it jeopardized his work or reputation on set. According to an anecdote shared in a 2007 biography of Borgnine, a disagreement ignited over creative input in a scene. Allegedly, another actor attempted to improvise lines that contradicted Borgnine's performance or diminished his character's significance. Borgnine, used to following the director's vision precisely, supposedly confronted the actor and accused them of creating unnecessary chaos. Though no direct quotes exist confirming the exact details of this dispute, Borgnine himself once remarked in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter that he had little patience for people who put themselves above the work. He added, "Some actors forget we're all here for the same reason, to tell the story, nothing else." His refusal to tolerate what he saw as self-serving behavior is consistent with reports of the alleged breakdown in the relationship. What solidified the rift, however, was not the disagreement itself, but what Borgnine reportedly saw as a betrayal shortly afterward. According to behind-the-scenes accounts, the actor in question supposedly complained to the director, blaming Borgnine for slowing down the production. Whether the accusation was valid or not is unclear, but it was enough to sour Borgnine's view of the person permanently. He was known to be a man of strong principles, and once his trust was broken, it was rarely mended. From then on, it is said that Borgnine refused to speak to the individual, even during promotional events for the film. While the specifics may be veiled in Hollywood lore, the lasting silence between them suggests that whatever had occurred left an indelible mark on Borgnine, who prided himself on mutual respect and professionalism in his collaborations. Ernest Borgnine's reaction to the incident was described by those close to him as swift and resolute. Betrayal, especially in the highly collaborative environment of a film set, was something he took personally. While he was not known for holding grudges unnecessarily, Borgnine's temperament made it clear when someone had crossed a line. In this case, he was reportedly both angry and deeply disappointed by what he perceived as a breach of respect and professional integrity. According to an account referenced in My Life and Times, he did not shy away from a confrontation when tensions first arose. It was reported that after the alleged betrayal, where he was accused of holding up production, Borgnine confronted the individual directly, demanding an explanation. However, the conversation evidently did little to mend the damage. Instead, it solidified Borgnine's feelings of distrust. Rather than escalating the situation further or creating additional drama, Borgnine decided to cut ties completely. In the years following the incident, he avoided mentioning the person by name in public or referencing the fallout explicitly. He maintained his silence about the feud during interviews, but did make occasional statements that hinted at his feelings. In one interview with People magazine in the late 1970s, he reflected on his career and stated, "You need to surround yourself with people who respect the work. And if they don't, you're better off walking away." Borgnine was known for his philosophy of moving forward rather than dwelling on negativity. But his decision to never work with the individual again was a clear indication of how deeply the experience had affected him. He reportedly declined offers for future projects that involved the person in question, even when it meant passing up significant opportunities. For Borgnine, the principle of mutual respect outweighed potential professional gains.